Hello, this is Gary from VR Roundtable, and this is Virtual Sports. And this is a game that was released for the HTC Vive by Vive Studios last week. It's a table tennis game and also a full tennis game as well. So although it says Virtual Sports, you only do get 2 sports to choose from. And in spite of this, I decided to pick this one up mainly because I'd heard articles about how good the physics were, especially in the table tennis part. And I thought I'd give this a try because I've previously played 11 table tennis VR, and that had great physics. You know, I did a let's play on that and went through some of the reasons why I thought that was one of the best table tennis games at that time. I play table tennis now and again in real life. I've not played for a long time, but you know, it's a game which relies heavily on how well the physics works. So VR games need to get this exactly right. And I said as much on the Let's Play of 11 table tennis. And this one, when I first played it, I was a little bit disappointed because I was actually playing on fun mode rather than realistic, and yeah, that's not the way to play this game, I don't think, anyway. In that mode, the ball sort of has a will to stay in, has a will to make it over the net and all this kind of stuff. It doesn't really feel like you're earning the points in that, but if you're a beginner, you can probably get on with that, okay? But one thing about the physics in this, although they're different from 11, and probably not quite as good, I'd say. I don't know though, the more I play it, the more I get used to these physics, and I think I do quite like the way they work now. The backspin in particular in this game is particularly good. It's got that little float, and the 11 does have that, but this one just seems to do that part a little bit better for me, in my mind at least. And also the topspin's quite good. I originally thought like the swerve was a little bit overdone, and maybe it is. Like that one there was very, that doesn't feel too real to me, that one. But yeah, so physics aside, I mean, I'd say just to summarise the physics, I think they're pretty good in this. You can get used to them, and overall I think I probably like this just as much as 11, but in slightly different ways. But the big thing about this game that it's got is career mode, which I really like. 11 Table Tennis VR hasn't got a career mode. You can work through the ranks of different levels of players, and that's okay. And this is sort of only really a superficial change from that. But I do like the career mode in this. It gives you some incentive to play and keep progressing through. You do get a sense of progression.
Out. Point. Red.
So this is the first opponent in the career mode, and I didn't have too much trouble with her the first time I played her a few days ago, so hopefully I'll be able to do it in this Let's Play, but while I'm talking it probably won't work out. And as you can see, you know, the environments on this game are very, very good. I'm not too sure, I've not seen too many backgrounds. I did see screenshots of more backgrounds, but I don't know how you get to them, because when playing through the career mode, it does sort of feel like you're always in this one environment, no matter how many opponents you play or how far you get. Although I've not got very far in this game, so maybe they change a little bit later on. Keeps hitting that net.
Out.
I'll go through the full tennis game in a little while, just quickly show you that, because I don't play full tennis in real life, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to comment on the physics and things like that on this.
Point blue. Point red.
Point red, dog keeping score. Oh
Out.
no. But the opponents in this, they remind me a little bit of the characters in Micro Machines back, that old sort of back on the Mega Drive.
Out.
when you had all those different characters in Micro Machines. You had Spider and all these, and the career mode in this reminds me a little bit like that, because all the characters that you play against in this are quite different. They all come in different shapes and sizes. You've got a granny who you play at one point soon.
Point. Red. Red.
But that's pretty good. It adds a bit of fun to the game as well, and I like things like that in this game. Oh.
Blue.
They move a little bit more robotically in this than they do in something like 11, because
Out.
in 11 that was one of the things. You've only got sort of a mask and two hands really representing the opponents in that game.
Point. Red.
But they move very, very realistically, and when you play multiplayer in that game, you do sort of get the impression that it's been modelled on a real life person. The AI parts of it have, so they do move a little bit more robotically in this one, but I think that's okay. It doesn't really impact the game too much. Let's go on to the next opponent. So, Trip is a bully. The weaker you hit it, the harder he will return. Overpower him. Bit of advice.
Point. Red. Point. Red. Out.
But yeah, I'm glad I bought this game, because although it's different from 11, I thought 11 was about as close as you're going to get in VR for table tennis. I am slowly being won over by this the more I play it.
Point.
And I think
Red.
the physics are very good.
Out.
But yeah, this is about £15 over here in the UK, so I don't know exactly a dollar price for it. But I picked it up when it was 15% off, so when it came out last week. It might still have 15% off now actually, so I picked this up for about £12.74, which is, I think it's a good price, but it obviously depends on how much you enjoy table tennis or tennis, as to how much value you're going to get out of it. As I say, the career mode for me is the big thing about this that really incentivises me to play it a little bit more than 11. Although I've not tried the multiplayer on this, so I don't know how good that is. That's quite good on 11, so I'll have to see about that.
Point. Red.
It's got a nice level of polish as well, this game, which you're sometimes missing from some of the others. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think 11 does a relatively good job of that as well. So here's Granny, and Granny's not got too much of a reach, so you can sort of dip it over the net and she won't always get it back.
Red.
Although she did cause me some troubles the first time I played her, I've got to be honest. I don't think I'll beat her the first time. Yeah, the backspin. Oh, the backspin on this definitely feels a little bit better than 11. Personal preference, though, I would think that is.
Out.
It's quite difficult to do physics in some of these table tennis games if you're a developer, so I've heard. So I think they've put a lot of work in getting these things right. I know that 11 table tennis put a great deal of work into getting those things right.
Point. Blue. Blue.
Oh man, should come back.
Point. Red. Blue.
Oh no. Whoops, I didn't know you could do that. Oh.
Red.
So you can smash stuff as well. Wonder if you get any extra points for that. Obviously not, but that's cool.
Red.
Little touches like that can sort of separate your game a little bit, I suppose, from just being average to being slightly above average.
Out.
Oh, granny.
Out.
Finish this one off, and then I'll show you the full tennis game. As I say, I've not really got as much comment on that side of things as the table tennis.
Out.
That was close. Only because I don't play full tennis in real life, and I never have, so.
Out. Out.
See you, Granny. Right then, let's go on to play a little bit of tennis. Just very quickly. So yeah, this one, the big thing about this that I will say is, I mean, the environments look great. Again, you know, you can't knock what they've done here with the environment. It's good atmosphere, good background noises as well, that always helps. For me personally, in my room where I have the Vive set up, I have quite low ceilings, so I can't get a proper serve in. I hit the ceiling around there, so I have to sort of give it just a little half-hearted type thing really, but see how we get on. So this is just a practice. I obviously didn't get it in there, so it doesn't really matter too much. But what it does is it automatically teleports you to the area of the court you need to be in order to get the ball back. And it works pretty well actually. Because I was wondering about that before I picked this game up. I was wondering how well you'd be able to do sort of the locomotion on the court, but it works okay. You don't have to worry about teleporting, it just does it automatically for you. As you can see, I'm not really a tennis player. But to me, just to my inexperienced mentality really with tennis, it feels pretty good in terms of physics. Again, you know, if you are a tennis player, physics in a tennis game is going to be very important. It is in all sports games really, especially in VR where you've got more sort of hands-on approaches to how well everything feels. It would be so much better if you could sort of really give it a good serve, really put your heart into it, where you're not scared that you're going to hit your ceiling there, take out some lights. But that's a limitation of where I am. If you don't have that problem and you like tennis, I think this one, I don't really think you'd be disappointed by this if you were to pick it up and you were a fan of tennis. It's quite basic, it is just a tennis game. As I say, I'd be interested to hear anybody who does play tennis in real life and has this, how well it feels. I mean, I've got to say that in real life, because I don't play tennis, let's just make sure we're on realistic. Yeah, we are on real. It's difficult for me to judge on the physics. But that's it anyway. I mean, that's pretty much the game. A tennis game and a table tennis game, or ping pong game, however you like it. Not doing very well with this. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to do with this. I wonder if you can smash anything up in here. No, don't look like it. Enjoyable little game, and I'm not, you know, I don't regret picking it up or anything like that. And the table tennis, as I say, I'm getting more used to everything in that, the way it works, and I'm going to try the multiplayer in that at some point, just to get an idea of how that compares to 11 table tennis, which is the one, as I say, up until now, that's the one I've been playing. And this feels really odd going back to this after just playing a normal tennis game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's Virtual Sports. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you like what we do. We do a weekly VR Roundtable show where we discuss all the news that's come out during the week and the all the latest game releases. You know, we talk about all that kind of stuff. That's usually published on a Monday, and you can also pick up the audio podcast, which is on iTunes and all the usual places. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.